I confess I'm disappointed this morning. I checked the weather forecast last night and it said we were going to have fog. And I thought, oh, that might be a bit of fun. Early morning, artificial lights, in the fog. That's worth getting up and getting out for. And we haven't got any fog. I guess it might come in a little bit later. So disappointing, but there's no point complaining about what we haven't got. I'm out and about, I might as well take some pictures using what we have got. I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you do, and you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. To be honest, I should know not to trust weather forecasts. We do get fog here from time to time, but I've rarely seen fog when it's actually been included in the weather forecast. In fact, normally fog comes as a surprise. We have got quite a lot of cloud around, which might mean we get a nice sunrise when that eventually comes around. But of course I'm not necessarily in the best place for that. Still, we shall see. Well, as we haven't got any fog, and very little chance, I think, of getting any, we'll have to see what else we can do. I grabbed a couple of shots, just things that I spotted on the way past. I'll tell you what, there's some nice cloud. That's the other thing, the weather forecast said that the cloud was going to be quite low, so I wasn't expecting much in the way of a sunrise. But actually, it's quite high cloud. Although whether it'll last once the sun starts to come up is another matter. Definitely trying to get some shots including that sky while it lasts, but not always easy in this kind of environment. Nah, not there. over that way is starting to fade already. Colours are going. It's about 20 minutes before sunrise still. Today is very much about just spotting a scene, shooting it and moving on. I'm not hanging around waiting. Kind of snapshots almost, but nothing wrong with that occasionally. Quite an enjoyable way to overcome the disappointment of the lack of fog. Yeah, I don't think we got much chance of fog now this morning. Never trust a weather forecast. That's quite a nice sky over there. But just finding a composition is not that easy. So all the colour and the texture has come back in the sky again, but this is just really not the best location for this kind of photography. As I said, I was expecting fog this morning, which didn't appear. It's just a little bit after sunrise now, and the sun is kind of rising behind the clouds over there. I'm going to switch over to the 8 to 25. I want a wider angle, a very wide angle. It's going to need some verticals correcting, but that really makes a feature of that sky. And now that the sun's coming up there, I'm going to go for a very small aperture. See if we can just get a sun star to pop in there quickly before the car comes. The sun is well up now, as you can see behind me. There is no fog here. There is some haze around the more distant mountains, and I did wonder whether I could pop on the 100 to 400 and see if I can get some shots looking across there. But in all honesty, I think we're not going to get enough from those kind of scenes because they're just too far away. Not at all what I was expecting this morning. I was expecting to do a load of kind of really atmospheric scenes with artificial lights in the fog, but the fog never materialised. It would have been very easy this morning to have just sort of given in to the disappointment of the lack of fog and not bothered doing the photography. But I didn't. I decided to make the best of what I'd got, and hopefully got a few quite nice images out of it. Nothing portfolio quality, I suspect, but hopefully quite nice anyway. This has actually been the first time I've been out for about a week and a half, nearly 2 weeks. I've been busy with a few other things, including finally getting around to completely revamping, redecorating and refurnishing, at least in part, my office, so I've got a much nicer space to work in now. And also planning some things for the next few weeks. Now, as I said in an earlier video, I might miss the occasional week here and there, but I have got some stuff planned coming up. I've got an interesting looking filter on its way to me right now, which I'm going to review. Not quite sure what I'm going to make of it, but I guess we'll see. I've also got a little trip planned to a small Spanish town, so a bit of a wander around there and hopefully some photography. And I'm actually going to do a 1-year review of the OM system setup that I've been using, because I think after a year I can talk a little bit about just what I really think of it. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a like. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think about the images and the video and anything else. And of course, if you're new here and you've enjoyed this and you want to see more of my stuff, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and until the next one, bye.